Good morning, all of you. In today's session, we are going to start with the 10th standard chemistry and physics. Unit 10, electromagnetism. Series number 4 is going to be discussed. Earlier, we completed what is meant by electromagnetism, how electricity and magnetic field both are interrelated, and what are the conditions to measure that with respect to the activity got completed. Magnetic field, what are the important factors, what is the use of compass and even bar magnet, how can we measure the directions, all these were discussed. Now we entered into series number 4, where we are going to discuss about lines of the magnetic field. Whenever magnet was kept, what happens, it used to originate the field strength around that, and hypothetical imaginary lines were drawn in which direction that magnetic strength is oscillating, that is propagating. So in order to explain that, lines of the magnetic field is going to be discussed. Earlier we also completed unit number 1 to unit number 9. That entire detailed explanation of these topics are available on the channel called World of Competitive Chemistry. Let us enter into our today's concept, unit 10, series number 4. This is a kind of activity based explanation, and we are going to describe the lines of magnetic field. In order to pursue this experiment, we need, these are the contents, these are the components required for that one. Then what is the purpose of compass here? So obviously compass used for the measurement of direction and the magnetic field strength. What is meant by magnetic field strength? In the earlier activity number 2, we clearly described about how the compass is going to change the direction as the bar magnet is changing its position. So that was discussed. So because of this compass nature, only navigation will be possible. So this is the most important criteria in order to assign the route for the persons, right? So this topic is already clear for us. Now we have to determine what is the magnetic field strength. So that topic to be deduced here. Now let us see how can we find the strength of the field and the direction of the field. You know that the direction of the field can be determined by using compass. Just now we discussed compass is used for the measurement or identification of in which direction we are moving. And let us find out how to determine the strength of the field. So here, strength of the field can be determined by using this activity number 3. Let's find out now. Place a white sheet of a paper on the horizontal table. Place a compass in the middle of it. Here it was a table and we are taking a white paper and a compass was placed on it. Put 2 dots on the either side of the compass needle. Take it out. Draw a line connecting the dots with the shows north and south of the earth, right? So in which direction the needle is inclined. In the same manner, we have to put a hypothetical dots on this white paper. So after that, both the lines are supposed to connect it. Now place a bar magnet on the line drawn in such a way that its north pole point towards the geographical north. When you go with the geographical north, already we know. So our earth is also a big magnet. You can assign different directions for this earth by taking north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast. In that manner, all these directions are already drawn and we already familiar with all these directions. What we are doing now, we are taking north pole point of this compass direction, and that is inclined with the geographical north. That means earth north is also in the same manner. Now, place the compass at the north pole of the bar magnet. So here the bar magnet always having 2 poles, north and south poles were given on this. Put a dot at the north pole of the compass needle. So wherever north pole is assigned on the compass, at that position you are going to assign, you are going to indicate 1 dot. And now remove the compass and place it on the dot. It will point on the other direction. So when we are removing the compass and identifying in what direction it will be there, obviously it will be a opposite direction with respect to a geographical north. Again, put a dot at the north pole of the compass needle. So here, north pole of compass needle, we are going to point out. Repeat the process till you reach the south pole. So here, as we are changing bar magnet, what happened? Compass needle will be changed in such a manner, and it will reach us to south pole. So opposite, exactly opposite with respect to this north pole. In that manner, we are going to propagating. Connect the dots from north of the bar magnet to south of the bar magnet. You will get a curved line because here we are moving in the 180 degrees angle. North to south, it will become 180 degrees, right? Again, south to north, it will become 360 degrees. Complete sphere will be completed, right? So we moved from top to bottom, which covers 180 degrees angle. So this indicates a curvature. So this is a simple curvature you are going to see here. Now select any other point from the north pole of the bar magnet. So in either repeat the experiment. We are going to repeat the similar experiment by pointing in either on the north pole. Repeat the process for many points taken near the north pole. So here, so many points were taken in the north pole, you will get the different curves. So by changing the position of bar magnet, so obviously compass direction will be changed, so that on the north pole only we are changing the dotting spotting point. That's the reason why here different spots were taken, and the same experiment is going to be repeated for several times, so that we will achieve different kind of curvatures for each and every time. Curvature kind of thing, that means direction will remain same, but the thing is we are spotting position will be changed. So in that manner we are going to repeat the experiment for several times. So when you are going to draw in this manner, here you can clearly observe that when we are moving from north to south pole, we got one of the curvature, and any other spotting is there. This is getting into any other. So in this manner, different kind of curvatures you can assume. These are said to be hypothetical curved lines. So lines were drawn in the different distances as shown in the figure. What are these curves? So what these curves are going to give any information. Technically, these curves are called as magnetic field lines. When we are going to draw the lines from north to south pole by changing the distances, these hypothetical lines have a scientific or technical name. What is that? Magnetic field lines. These are said to be magnetic field lines. Field lines are imaginary. Just we are assuming in this manner we are propagating. We are moving from north to south pole. So in the same manner, we are going to draw the line with a 180 degrees angle. So that will be the imaginary hypothetical line. These lines help us to understand the nature of the field. So how extent this magnet is strong. So based on that, its strength only, these lines are used to be drawn. So that's the reason why these lines will give the information regarding its nature of the field, how extent the strength of the magnet will be there, and what will be the nature of field originated in its circle, in its sphere. Sorry. So that will be clearly mentioned here. And what are these curves? So here curves to be drawn, and by changing the distance, so by originating in the different distances, you will get different so many curvatures on this paper, right? So what the information you are getting from these curved lines? So these curved lines represent the field lines. These are said to be a field lines, how this magnetic field is propagating around the magnet, how it is moving, how it is revolving around the magnet. If you place a compass at any point on the line, a needle comes to the rest. So here, when we are taking a compass and a very near proximity to this field, not exactly to the magnet, but we are keeping in the sphere where the lines were drawn, in that situation, you are going to point this compass. Now, what does it shows? That will show the rest position. The needle is not moving anywhere. That is in the rest position only. So we conclude that the tangent drawn on the field line at a point gives the direction of the field. So here, when we are going to draw the lines, these lines are used to explain in what way we are moving. That's simply called a direction of the field, direction of the magnetic field it will be. So in order to get the direction, we have to use the device called a compass. That will give the information regarding these magnetic field lines. Or these field lines closed are open loops. Can you give the information whether it is closed one or opened? We can't see any open circuit in this. Rather, there is a closed loop. You can clearly observe they are connecting from one into another end, and again that will be originated in the reciprocal manner as well. That's the reason why you can conformly see is that this will be the closed loop. We are not supposed to open these lines. So that is starting from one pole and ending at another pole. So here that used to give the half circle curvature, but not opening anywhere, not disturbed anywhere. That's the reason why they are said to be a closed loops, closed spheres, closed curvatures. And field lines appears to be closed loops, but you can't conclude that lines are closed. Open loops by looking at the picture. So this is not, as we are seeing, we can say it is a closed one. But when we are going to in deep of this concept, so depth of the concept will not give the complete information. All these are the closed loops. We can't assign whether it is closed or opened one just by seeing, but that needs some scientific assumptions, right? So here, in general, we can say it is a closed one. But so when we look into deep of the concept, so we can't assign, we can't conclude with whether it is a closed one or opened one as just seeing a picture of the field lines, because we do not know about the alignment of the lines what that are passing through the bar magnet. We will come to know about the point later in this chapter. So detailed explanation will be given in the further session. But as of now, just by seeing, we can clearly conclude that we can clearly assume that we are not supposed to conclude, because just it is the assumption. So they are looking like a closed one, but in the deeper concept will give the confirmation regarding whether they are closed or open. So here, this is the kind of concept where the lines drawn from one into another and they are moving in this direction and originating the curvature lines in the different distances. Observe the spacing between the lines. In some places, the field lines are crowded. When you are taking this North Pole, for example, we are focusing on this North Pole, where the so many lines are originated. You can clearly observe that some are moving in the forward direction, some are curved in nature, some are moving in one into another end, and they are ending at that particular end again. So in this manner, in the particular region, the density of lines are extremely large. As we are moving, the density will be somewhat low, and reaching to another pole, what happens again, density will be rise. That's why there is no uniformity between the density of the lines which were drawn around this bar magnet. So we can't give the uniformity, because some region is completely crowded with the lines, and some other region they are far apart to each other. The density will be somewhat less, and again reaching to another, and again crowding will be observed. So here uniformity was lost. From this picture, we can conclude that field is strong when the lines are crowded. So that is obvious that whenever, in case of electricity also, whenever electrons are more, electron density will be more, potential will be higher. In the similar manner, when we apply to this magnet also, wherever the density of field lines are more, that obviously conclude that here the field strength is also more. Here the magnetic strength is also more. So just by taking the similar example, this Earth, entire Earth is considered as a big magnet, where North Pole and South Pole will be there, and the density of the magnetic field will be more at these two poles. And at the place of equator, we can experience somewhat lesser extent of that magnetic field strength. In the similar manner, here also bar magnet when considered, whenever poles are present, where the origination of field lines are possible, different lines are originated here, where the density of the lines are extremely large, so that here strength of the magnetic field is more at the poles. Strength of the magnetic field is more at the poles. As we are moving, what happened? They are becoming far apart, and the distance will be increased, and their density is somewhat lower. That's the reason why, obviously, whatever the magnet you are taking, the poles are having high density when compared to the middle region. So from this picture, we can conclude that the field is strong when the lines are crowded, when the density is more, and the field is weak when the lines are spaced apart. When the space is larger in between the hypothetical lines, then you can say these are least crowded. Obviously, they are considered as a somewhat weaker lines. So that's the reason why always magnet will have the high strength in their poles. Thus, the field drawn in the non-uniform, because the strength and direction both change from point to point. So we are not clearly assumed. So here in the entire system of bar magnet, the strength of magnetism is exactly same. We can't conclude like that. And the direction of this magnetic lines also in the uniform way. Some are moving in the forward direction, some are in the curved nature, some are partially curved in that manner. We can't assume the uniformity here. Here there is a distinction between uniform magnetic field and the non-uniform magnetic field. Uniform magnetic field having a particular direction, what we are assuming same will be fulfilled, but non-uniform magnetic field where we can't randomness will be there. We can't assign exact position, exact direction for that one, and the strength is also non-uniform in that condition. Now we have two characteristics. If you are changing the strength, changing the direction, obviously there will be a deviation in the magnetic field. If change is observed in the strength and the direction of the magnet, obviously there will be, that will show the impact and the strength of the magnetic field as well, right? And the second condition, if strength and direction are in the righteous way, they for the magnet, for the given magnet under consideration, then these two are the important characteristics of the magnetic field. Because so as the strength increases, its magnetic field also increases. So if it is in the uniform direction, magnetic field is also assigned in the uniform direction. That's the reason why these two are the important characteristics. Based on the nature of its strength and direction, we can assume, we can observe the nature of this magnetic field. So these are the driving causes for this magnetic field, right? So let us see in detail. We may define the nature of field as a characteristic such as strength and direction. Always magnetic field purely depends upon direction and the strength of given magnet. The field is said to be non-uniform. If field is non-uniform, strength of the magnetic field and the direction is non-uniform, then obviously it will become magnetic field is also non-uniform in nature. So if these two parameters are varied, magnetic field is also varied. Similarly, if field is said to be uniform, so field what we are expecting, that is uniform. When it will be uniform, strength and direction are constant in nature. What we are expecting, if that strength and direction are in the alignment, then field is also in a uniform way. So in a expected way, it will be originated. So this is a kind of activity what we performed in order to explain about lines of the magnetic field. So these lines of the magnetic field implies in what way they are moving called a direction, and how extent they are strong, that is called a strength of the magnetic field. By this we completed this session, and in this session we described how the lines are originated and how compass and bar magnet used to draw the lines, and how they are varied when we are considering poles as well as in the middle of the magnet, and what happens if density is varied. If high density is there, what is the relation with its magnetic field, and how strength and direction shows the impact on the magnetic field. All these topics were discussed in detail. Hope this session will be helpful for your preparation. Thank you very much for your consistent listening. Thank you one and all.